Hi guys, so I've done a very quick reading on the men in Kansas City that were found dead in the back of a friend's yard. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this one-handed. I've shuffled this deck and I'm going to lay out the cards. Now, these three men had been hanging out. Well, it's not just three men, but there were rumored to be actually five men, I believe, that had been hanging out, according to the latest reports, that there was an additional person that had been with the three that were found deceased when the homeowner had gone on to bed. So let's just see. And I'm asking if substances were on board, are responsible for these deaths. I'm just going to see what I get. Okay, first card that covers them is the Ace of Wands. Okay, this is activity, beginning of. Let's see what else we get. Just wanted to see if I didn't just pick up something from that card, but I need a bit more. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, we have the Five of Swords crossing. This really does make me feel that this could be that homeowner, or if it's accurate, the additional person that was not mentioned at first that was with these men. Okay. These people in the background of this card, sorry about the glare on the card, but this makes me feel that this is the card of somebody that has to win, that they're pretty ruthless and that they'll do things that can cause other people to walk away or have to move away because it causes them too much grief or problems, too much pain. And you can see they've dropped their swords and this person is picking them up. This person is going to have their way no matter the cost to other people. So that's interesting. Now, this is an activity. This is a sudden, to me, I'm getting like a spike. Okay. It can also be a card that could indicate something that's a kind of a stimulant. Potentially. It can also be a set of actions. And creative energy potentially, but that's not what's going on here. Okay, let's just get some more cards down. And again, I'm battling the flu, a cold. Thankfully, it's not COVID. So I hope you all are doing well. All right, at the base of this reading, we have the Magician. Now, intuitively with this card, this makes me feel like somebody had supplies. Yeah, I am getting substance. I am getting substance here with this card. It's, the situation has been manipulated. There's someone not being exactly 100, if you get my meaning. And I think maybe more than one person that's not being 100. So if this person that was living at that home, who has since moved out, is telling the truth, I still, I was getting a few things. That's the problem when I'm reading. I start getting more than one idea coming to me. or a message, and it can be hard to just pare it down. Let me just see if it picks back up what I was getting. It's definitely manipulation. Someone's trying to control. And that is one thing I keep getting when I read off camera about this case. The few times I've thrown cards down because I haven't felt very well. But there is an element of somebody that needed to be in control, have control of this, be the one that's calling the shots, so to speak. And it comes back up with this magician card, someone that's using various means to manifest what they want. But it can carry a little bit of a trickiness, quite frankly, pardon the pun, with the magician. But to me, someone's definitely trying to control the scene, control how this is understood. All right. That's not terribly surprising since we have this card here. All right, let me see. So there is some less than, I think, honest activity going on with regard to this case. Someone is trying to control the narrative here. It makes me wonder, and it makes me want to be very careful, despite the fact that now suddenly this guy is saying, or we are being told, that there was an additional person that we weren't aware of with these men when they were supposed to be leaving, and this person that lived at the house was going to go on to sleep. I just don't feel that that person, Jordan Willis is his name, is giving the full truth. It just seems to be trying to control a narrative. Okay, this Page of Cups crowning them is, for me, a kind of an immaturity. And it's also, I believe, something of substance. And there could have been something that they didn't expect in the mix, let's put it that way. So I do believe that there was some substance that they thought would be fun, and they didn't expect for it to have the unfortunate effect that it did. I tend to think that the substance was the thing that took them down first, and then Mother Nature, with the coldness, unfortunately, then caused them to become frozen. Okay, so that's crowning them. In the recent past, we have the walking away card of the Eight of Cups. This, for me, is that this could be true, that there was another individual that walked away and left them like that. This could also be, if that isn't true, that the owner of the home that had the people come and hang out at his house after watching the football game may have neglected to make sure that his guests were safe. He may have also thought that they were leaving. However, this to me feels like a bit of an abandonment of responsibility. A bit of like, it's not my fault, when maybe a little bit of it morally is. So, let's see if I get more hits off that. Oh, wow. In the near future, well, to me, this is looking at this not as necessarily as the near future, but in this case, we're looking at it upon it, even though the time has already passed. I'm looking at the, oh boy, here we go with the cat, looking at the situation kind of like from above, and to me, there's someone definitely trying to get away with something here with the Seven of Swords. And they walk away, and they're leaving here too after something occurs that is not good for other people with that Five of Swords. Someone is not being mindful of the well-being of other people. They may not even really care that much. And someone's definitely trying to get away with something here. Now, I don't know that it is only the man that was living at the home. If there really was another person, as he is saying, this could be that individual. Either way, whether it's him or someone else, I believe there was something that was offered or shared of a substance that had an unfortunate effect. And I believe there is some negligence, there is abandonment of looking out for your friends, making sure everything's on the up and up. Wanting to distance oneself from the outcome of this situation. There's so much sneakiness with this. And people aren't giving, I don't know that the person, Mr. Willis, is giving 100 when it comes to everything that went on there. That additional person should be named. If they were at that home, then we should learn of this individual's name. They should be identified. And most certainly the police should be questioning them. Now, the police are saying, oh, this doesn't appear to be homicide. We're not investigating it as homicide. I don't know if they're just saying that because they want to be careful with the persons that they feel might be involved. Maybe give them enough space to mess up and catch them in the midst of it, if you get my meaning. But I think maybe. I'm hoping, because it just... So, anyway, someone's definitely trying to be sneaky here, and trying to pull one over. All right, let's see what else we get. Well, this is remorse. This can be also regret. And there's a loss. And look, there's 3 overturned cups and 2 upright. Okay, there may have actually been a total of 5 people there. And maybe 5 people that were using or partying, shall we say. I believe that there very much could have been an additional person with this card. Just because I'm getting the 3 overturned lost cups and 2 that are upright. It makes me feel like this is the homeowner, and this could be the mystery person that he says was with the other men when he went on to his bed or to rest. That makes me feel like maybe he is not being deceitful or misleading. in sharing that. This definitely gives me the feeling that somebody's not handled what happened to these men in an appropriate manner. Somebody, if it was something that caused them to, let's say, OD, okay, I think someone failed to step up and do the right thing by calling for help, authorities, because they would rather sneak off and pretend that they were not there or don't know what's going on, etc. I'm telling you, and I'm sure that people are not surprised, there's more going on than meets the eye here, than has been shared, rather. That is very interesting, that Five of Cups like that. Yeah, the High Priestess to me says there's things that have not come out that are very critical to knowing and understanding the complete circumstance. I believe there could very well be another individual involved, unless this guy, Mr. Willis, is just trying to deflect onto someone else. If he is not trying to do that, I think that this person may have shared something that caused the three, where were we? Here, to pass, while the other two persons, the man that was living at the home and the mystery person, managed to survive. There's hidden secrets here with the High Priestess in that environment. Okay. Yeah, this Six of Pentacles is making me feel like somebody shared something, that there was an exchange. Someone may have purchased something or traded something, or somebody decided to share something with others that didn't have what they did. And this to me is some kind of, I believe, substance, in all likelihood. The interesting thing too, this individual has scales in their hand. It makes me feel like maybe this individual that shared things, this is the balance. This is also, scales are also something that dealers use. Is this person a dealer of substance? I kind of think maybe. Or was the balance of this substance also maybe a bit more out of kilter or something? Let's see what else we get. Anyway, I do believe this is all making me feel like we're dealing with substance of some kind. It'll be interesting to see what the toxicology report is. Now we get the two here. We get a couple, and we also get agreements with the lovers. Just because it's the Lovers card doesn't mean necessarily that this is a love interest, but rather maybe choices, and maybe also, once again, a bit of an emphasis on two people. Often I get this card when I did the reading for the San Antonio case with Savannah Soto. I got this card for the married couple that were involved. So, again, there could be a couple other people involved at the end of the day for their passing. Could this be a love interest of someone within the group? Quite possibly. Or it could just be a friend, but the lovers also says about choices, the choices we make. And that's certainly part of this picture. But I think in this case, it's flagging more about the two people. Because I'm getting, with that Five of Cups, the two cups that were left upright right here, and the three that were overturned, which is to me the three that lost their lives. And that there are, once again, there's an accent of two people out of a group, a couple. Let's see what else we get for clarity. Well, this is foresight, and this is looking to the future. Perhaps that more is going to come out in the future. That wouldn't surprise me, because we do have the High Priestess in there, and she's the one that lets us know, hey, we don't have necessarily everything up front. And that is echoed more than once in this reading, that we don't have all the details, that there's people that are trying to control the narrative, and they're not giving us everything. Is Mr. Willis trying to protect somebody, this other individual that was with them when he went on to bed? Maybe. What else do we get with that card? Again, there is going to be change here. Big change coming with the Wheel of Fortune. This, pardon the wound vac in the background, these two cards, again, really accent that more is to come with regard to this case as far as information and getting a clear perspective about what happened. There's hidden information that needs to come out that's going to be like completely change the strange picture that people are, saying this can't be it, and they're right. It's not it. It's not all the facts. We don't have all the facts. Somebody's withholding them. This is also the move, the guy moving. So for 2 days, these friends were deceased in the backyard, one on the back porch, from what I understand, and then 2 more in the yard. Their cars were apparently out front of the house, but this man is claiming, Mr. Willis is claiming, he didn't notice them in the backyard or the knocks on the door by the fiance in the next 2 days afterward, trying to find where her fiance was and these other men. That he only seemed to come round once the police were there, once the police had been called and were there to talk to him. Then he suddenly hears that knock. He claims he has headphones on and a fan on, and that's why he didn't hear the knocks on the door, so on and so forth. I don't buy that. I think it's possible that he did, let's say, go on to bed. The other people continue to party a little bit. Something unfortunate happens, and these people are abandoned and left that way, shall we say. And this potential mystery person leaves the scene because they don't want to be connected. And this guy wakes up, doesn't notice. Apparently it sounds like he's a bit of a partier. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read that he came out with a wine glass in his hand. So I guess when the police showed up and when he did finally respond, and he did end up moving once the police contacted him, and officially these men that were friends of his were found. So I do feel like this is including that move of Mr. Willis. But also, there is more that's yet to come out to give us a greater perspective. We're getting the move card again with the chariot. Movement forward, moving forward. Let's see what else we're getting with this. The vehicles maybe also important. Something maybe about the vehicles. And here we do have an adult female. Well, this could be certainly the fiancé of one of the men. And maybe her traveling there and what she saw. We're getting someone trying to move forward here. And they do so, I think, with some success with this queen, this fiancé. There is something about her. Maybe there's something that she saw or noticed that hasn't been reported that is important piece of the puzzle. Because this still feels like pieces of the puzzle falling in place and us seeing the bigger picture, and then there's change as a result. Things shift forward, things can advance, things in this story can continue forward. Okay. The Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. I get a selfishness with this card. Someone's trying to keep control. And make sure they're okay. That they come through all right. Let's see what else I get. All right, there we have the moon. So this can be a cover-up. This can be someone not being 100. So we get all these sketchy, strange details that don't quite fit completely. This can also definitely give a nod towards the, again, less than honest upfront account than what was given. It's not as innocent. And I'm getting the Empress, taking care of people, nurturing, looking after people. I feel like there's neglect here to, not surprisingly, do the right thing, look after people, keep an eye on them, make sure that they're okay. There's neglect by letting them be out in one's yard. Now, is it possible he didn't know that they were there? I guess it's possible, but I think it seems kind of improbable. Maybe if he did see it, he didn't know what to do, and he just thought, well, I'll just wait until the police come to me and then play dumb, or dribble out bits of information. Maybe, they don't want to have the individual that they claim was there be exposed in some way. Or maybe Mr. Willis is responsible and blaming someone else that may or may not have been there. But because, once again, I did have that 5 of Cups with the 3 overturned and the 2 upstanding, it makes me feel that that account that he gave may not be a fib. It might be a truth. There may have been an extra person there. And also, this is a feminine card. Not going to ignore that. This could be because the Empress is a married woman, or someone that's been married, has children, or had children. Could be someone that plays a role here. I really do also sense that this fiance is going to push things. Just like she did when she showed up at the house, forced open the window, went in yelling for her fiance, and from what I understood, found someone on the back porch. I don't know who out of the 3 it was, but it leads me to believe that she was likely the person that called 911. And that found the first person on the, back porch. So that could also be hitting up on her energy here. I definitely think Willis is not quite laying down every clear piece of information. It looks like there's some withholding. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles, someone that's very stubborn and blinkered, moving forward slowly, steadily. Yeah, we get Justice coming in here. This makes me, whenever I get the Justice card, it makes me feel that there was something of an illegal activity going on where legal aspects then come into play later. So this is something where someone seeks to charge someone else with accountability. I believe Mr. Willis and possibly anyone else that this mysterious person he's saying that was there that has not been named are going to be looking at potential legal consequences, because there might be an element of responsibility that it was his home, and there may be, again, something about, let's just say, when you like an actual substance, then you can be held accountable if you gave that to someone. Oh, wow. And look, we get the three people here with judgment. Someone will be held to account for this. And I can't help but feel Mr. Willis is going to be feeling a great deal of focus in this matter and possible legal accountability. And three swords. This is heartbreak. This is also seen as betrayal of not doing what is right for someone else and causing misery. So, I do think there will be clarity coming forward as time rolls on. More will come out. I do think there will be legal consequences to hold people accountable for the three, because there was some kind of betrayal, either in not getting someone help or reporting an overdose, and the fact that if he knew that that had happened and he left them like that, there's also a neglect of duty to inform. Let's just see. The Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. This for me is extended family that has to, I feel, with the tomb-like card of the Four of Swords, unfortunately bury their loved ones. We have one sword here, and we have three swords here. Three again, this it keeps coming up. And that additional card here, there's going to be peace of mind, bringing peace of mind also for the family with this card, for the three men. But I think there is a fourth person involved. I do. And I don't honestly know if it's Mr. Willis and this mystery person or what. But there's going to be, the truth will come out. The truth will end up coming out. Families want to know. And they need it for peace of mind to understand what happened. Something may have been too strong here with the Strength card and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is usually someone that is teaching or that is instructing, sharing. It can be about marriage. It can be about conservative beliefs. But I think the overall hit that I get off of this is perhaps these guys were led to believe that whatever the substance was, maybe that it wasn't just what they thought it was. It may have been something stronger, but there could have been a stronger element to it. Here you think it's just something kind of maybe not that powerful. And there's some element of it that you're not expecting that takes control over or overtakes your control. Yes, the Two of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Well, there's a decision here. And we have the Knight of Cups offering, holding, extending out their arm with the cup with the bubbles coming up from it. Again, I believe it's some form of substance that was offered, maybe to the three men by someone who chose to offer this. Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands. Now here we have struggling going on. This is often a card of where people are fighting or arguing, bickering. And it can be a rush of activity. You know, I don't know if there was an argument, about something that they offered, or whether this just represents the struggle that what they were offered caused. Because it's like a flurry of quickened activity, of intense activity and confrontation of some kind. It could also be that there will be fighting and arguing continuing on with this case with regard to who is responsible, so on and so forth. That wouldn't surprise me at all, and that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, look at that Ten of Swords. Again, substance of some kind. And I think them then losing their lives. Okay, this went on way longer than I thought. I'm going to leave it there for right now because I think I've gotten enough info. Someone's worried though. Oh yeah. Look, with this can deal with addictions. This can deal with substance, with the devil. It can deal with also abuse of power, neglect of taking care of people. And someone's very much anxious about this, not sleeping well. And my guess that's probably Mr. Willis. And possibly a mystery person that he indicates was there with them. But I do see that someone's at fault for this. And I do think that may come out. They may figure out who that person is, or if Willis was the one. There's something here about someone offering substance and it causing a problem. So, yeah. This is being stuck or unable to move. Feeling like it. Usually it's a mindset with the King of Cups. I think whatever it was that was ingested or brought into the body also may have immobilized these men. Now, this is an adult male who typically, I think this is maybe Mr. Willis. I've got a cup in my hand. And it could be that he's trying to avoid accountability. And for why these men could not exit the premises. And I'm feeling like it's, once again, down to substance. Yeah, I think there's going to be information with the autopsies coming through. I think more information comes through people that go over the details. And it could be a woman that does. But at the end of the day, what do we get? The Seven of Pentacles and the World. Well, there's a pause here, and then there's an end. So we're looking at some kind of plan. I do think there's going to be legal action involved in this. And, you know, back here where we have the Eight of Swords and the King of Cups, this could be even prison. And these could be the women and the families of the men that were passed involved in getting that information to come out. It's like independent means of doing so. So maybe like a private eye, this kind of thing. Or just digging around themselves and getting the facts. But I believe that eventually we'll have the full story. It'll be full circle. And we'll better understand the whole picture. All right. If you appreciate readings like this, give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.